I may be regretting this already. Hello there, this is Blattymeow, and this is Blatty's Dire Soul. I'm attempting Soul Level 1 with restrictions set in place. The restrictions are something I have never done before. No shield, no Darkwood Grain Ring, no Pyromancy, Soul Level 1. Have to use Hollow Thief set with the Tattered Manchette as the gloves, hand axe, and a light crossbow. Crafting is allowed. Not exactly positive if this is going to go well, and I'm not even sure if I'll be able to beat this challenge. This is the most restricted I've ever been, but the one nice thing about this particular Let's Play, I guess it is a Let's Play still, is it's not your typical Let's Play for me. I don't need to explain things about this game. I'm under the impression that you know about Dark Souls. It's quite popular, and I'm not too worried about that factor of this Let's Play. This is more so the challenge in recording it, and the strife and pain and arduous agony that I may experience, as well as the celebration that may erupt from the very vessel of my being, to put it shortly. Now, there are plenty other of Let's Plays that do this game justice, and I may put that in the description. One blind and one full non-blind Let's Play. Just the ones that I have watched personally, and you can view those if you wish. But in this case, cutscenes will be skipped, dialogue will be skipped. It's more so the experience.
Thank goodness.
So come along with me, Blattymeow, as we attempt this challenge that just might, that just might shake me to the very, very core and make my soul truly dire. Funny enough, at the time of this recording, I have not completed Dark Souls 2. And not a very good thing to say for Dark Souls 2, considering that I want to makes me want to play this game again. And it's not a bad game, but I just think this game has done better. Now, granted, I have not beaten Dark Souls 2 yet, but I've gotten pretty far. So I'm not too concerned. But still, you know, I don't know. It worries me a little bit, but it's time for our first boss, so let's be quiet in traditional Blattymeow fashion, and let's enjoy the Asylum Demon. You know, it's a shame because I like to say I would want to be a hipster for this thing, but Dark Souls is just a completely popular franchise, and it should be. I just the amount of passion I have for this game is insane. So, one good thing that we can use for pyromancy is that I can get rid of my pyromancy glove, actually, and drop it for Snuggly the Crow and grab a red Titanite chunk, which is going to help for the upgrade path I want to take. It's going to make it a little bit easier and less grind-worthy, so I'll be right back.
You, give me.
Thank you, Snuggly. Appreciate it. Pretty much the only time we're going to be here for Snuggly. Oh, well, that's... yeah, pretty much. I might grab a Titanite chunk if I can. And here we are at Firelink Shrine, home of Lordran, the world. This terrible place. This desolate, horrible place. It's going to quiver me to my very soul, my very dire soul. But I am by no means an expert. But I would like to think that I do know my way around this game at least fairly well, and well, hopefully that is enough. But another cool thing about this game, doing this Soul Level 1, is that you will see how much just your player ability and upgrading equipment can do, and then rather than just leveling up your guy. It's actually pretty impressive of how strong you still can be. Now, with Soul Level 1, a big crutch for Soul Level 1 to make it still easy in my eyes is Pyromancy can be upgraded because there's no scaling of stats. That's simple. You can do 500 damage per fireball and great combustion and all that, and you're fine. You can also wear heavy stone armor and be a tank and use iron flesh pyromancy. Be completely fine even at Soul Level 1. That's why I'm only limiting myself to the Hollow Thief's outfit. Mostly I like that outfit, but it's also jack shit with defense. But it's the best we're gonna get, and like I said, everything is dangerous. We don't want to fight these skeletons. I don't want to die, and you know, because of that, I got to be careful. At the same time, I know my cockiness will get to me. This game will easily remind me that it's my cockiness is in the wrong place because I hear that skeleton. Please let me go in the bonfire. Oh shit! Are you running away? This is what I'm talking about already. I feel the pain. Please, thank you. Two good things about this Soul Level 1 playthrough and also recording is the fact that this game runs perfectly and is designed for 30 frames per second, and so I'll never have to worry about fraps hiccups. It will always be at 30 frames, so I don't have to, you know, play at 60 and suddenly it dip down and me get annoyed by it, which is usually the case. And secondly, dying, well, stinks. Losing my souls is not the biggest deal because my souls are really only used for upgrading equipment and buying stuff. I don't need to use it for leveling up, ever. So it's not too big of a deal should the worst happen and I die. Although, honestly, I think the worst thing that can happen is getting cursed. That's just embarrassing. But it will probably happen now that I said it. But you know what? That's fine. And you have to play as the Pyromancer class because that's the only class, as you can see, that starts at level 1. And that will be at level 1. Hopefully by the end of the game I can show you that stat screen. If I make it that far. Like I said, it's no push to me if I don't make it that far, because at the same time, the way I'm doing this Let's Play, I have an exit strategy. So, I'm not concerned. But why are we down in the mucks of horrific new Londo? Well, you may know that I need to grab a Firekeeper Soul, so my Estus Flask heals better and quicker. Pardon me, ghosts. And that's kind of a nice little extra trip I want to take every time I start a new game, because it gives your Estus Flask an extra, I think 100 hit points heal, which is great already, before we even step out foot into Firelink Shrine. So now we've got +1. And we got most of the items that I want. I want to make sure that my equipment is in the right... okay, so that and healing, I don't care about that. Firebombs are okay, and the homeward bone can be there. I think that's all I really care for that to be there. That sounds fine to me. So I think we pretty much got all the treasures. There might be something up the stairs here that I can grab, because all of those items that grant you soul, like Soul of the Lost Undead and all that stuff, will help greatly if I do have problems dying, or if I need an extra little boost when I'm at shop. So there we go, grab that guy real quick, and then we'll head down. If that was Dark Souls 2, that drop would have killed me, because I swear, Dark Souls 2's falling damage is extremely strict. Unless you have that gathering or lion skirt or whatever. But I'm talking about Dark Souls 2, and we're about to enter Dark Souls Blatty's Dire Soul Part 1 proper. Let's do it. So, one of the biggest challenges I have never done is that I'm doing a no shield run as well. So I'll be two-handing this hand axe for a long time. Actually, this is the only weapon you're going to see. And really, I think the axe looks pretty damn cool in this game. I think this game looks freaking gorgeous, actually. But no shield means I'm going to be really trying to get used to dodging, because that's my only means of being invincible. Because, as you may know, dodging makes you literally invincible. There's a number of animation frames called iframes or invulnerability frames that you are completely vulnerable to most things in the game if they hit you within those frames. And because my equipment is going to always be low, below 25%, I will always have the maximum iframes, which is around 11 or 9 or something like that. I'm not sure. It's close to there. I'm not really worried. As you can see there, I would have got hit if my roll would have been probably slower, but it wasn't. And the hand axe is pretty useful as a weapon because it's good for poise breaking, meaning the enemy will stagger if enough hits hit them. And it's actually pretty quick and fairly strong, especially when you start upgrading. Everything gets pretty decent when you upgrade, which is what I like about this game. I will see you later. One of the beautiful things about this game, well, you couldn't tell already just by the scenery, even though in its desolateness it's beautiful. That's what I love about games that do that. So this bridge right here, I think that's the bridge. I'll actually be on that bridge not too long from now, and maybe I'll try to remember that reference point. So what I remember about this game is that I remember seeing this game, just a little bit about it. I didn't know this had anything to do with Demon Souls at all, and I saw it, I don't know, I saw it on like some video, I don't know, maybe GameSpot video or something, I'm not sure, and it looked pretty interesting. It was like a 45-minute or like 1-hour demo of Dark Souls or something, and they were playing it, and I'm like, well, this looks pretty cool. It looks like a cool RPG game, mature, and it's like strict and stuff. That sounds cool. And I decided to get it on release day. So at midnight, I'm like, oh, it's coming out this day. Hey, you want to go have fun and just go to the mall and grab this game for fun? And then my roommate was like, yeah, let's do it, because he had the car and I didn't. And well, it was, I got it and went in and played in the living room, and my two roommates watched as I played on Deadberg for about 4 hours, not getting anywhere. And that's, I think, the most beautiful and best playthrough of Dark Souls is your first one. Pertaining that if you can actually stomach the difficulty and not rage quit.
Well, now.
Yeah. Give me some stuff, please. I didn't get any of the gifts, as you may have noticed, so I have to go through Blight Town proper, which is horrendous. So I gotta buy some keys, I gotta buy stuff. I don't really need a bottomless box, but I do need inventory management at the bonfire. So I probably should just get that. And I can't get anything. It would be nice to get another hand axe, actually, but I don't need one just yet, so I'm not worried about that. I can't really buy anything at all in terms of my restrictions. So the only thing I can really do is buy bolts. Heavy bolts have less range but hurt worse. Standard bolts have more range but hurt less, and they're less expensive. And right now, I need less expensive and just be able to have some sort of range. Because the crossbow is my secondary weapon in this game, or my sub-item, if you will. And that is going to be my only hopes of doing any sort of range damage. And there's going to be some times that I'm going to need that to happen, or so I'm going to be in trouble. And as you can see, if you let your guard down, you can die about everything, including the weakest enemies in the game, these hollows. Very quickly. Everything hurts really bad. Doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If you let your guard down, you think you can get a thing. See how he freaking ran towards me like that? Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, please don't fucking die. Move! Move, dude!